you're showing the charge, then you better show all the electrons. Because phosphorus by itself has 15, and this accounts for 15. But by the time you pile these extra 3 in, you're dealing with 18 electrons now. And so you're going to have to show that with P6, or you're not showing all 18 electrons. Look at this column from the periodic table. And we just talked about why phosphorus forms a -3 charge. The other elements in the column behave like it, correct? Or at least as far as down as that zigzag line they do. So if phosphorus is 3 electrons short of an octet, so is nitrogen. Going to form a -3? Yeah, it will. Just like, yeah, exactly like phosphorus will. It'll form a -3 charge. Arsenic? Maybe. Yeah. Very systematic, correct? But here's what you want to be careful of. These don't. They're in the same column, but they're metals. These are nonmetals. Nonmetals gain in order to reach an octet. Nonmetals gain electrons to reach an octet, and gaining exactly 3 will do that, but these are metals and they're not going to gain, period. Next class we'll talk about them, because metals lose electrons to try to get an octet. So the zigzag line is your boundary of behavior. The nonmetals in the group behave alike. The metals in the group will behave alike, but the metals and nonmetals are different, okay? Still, you go by the zigzag line. The zigzag line tells you whether you gain or lose. But the configuration then is going to tell you how many they gain or lose. Question. One last thing. Look at the S&P blocks and look at those columns that have the letter A. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, etc., etc., etc. That Roman numeral is your valence electrons. Everybody in this nitrogen column, metal or non-metal, has 5 valence electrons. The oxygen column is Roman numeral 6, so everybody in that column has 6 valence electrons. All right? That's what the Roman numeral is. Well, that's one of the many reasons that you have that Roman numeral. It's a quick way to glance and find out how many valence electrons there are. All right? But now that only works for the A columns. The B's are different. So that works for the A's. All right. We are done. Work on this before next class. Work on those specific